Wolf Bride, Chapter 15, The True Enemy. After discovering Sayre's mining operation at the Sacred Caves, you and Morgan race back to the den as fast as your feet can carry you. But just before you reach the warm circle of firelight where the pack is gathered, you stumble. An odd lagger taking hold of your limbs. It's coming through your link with Bastine. You shift quickly, shredding your wolf form to regain your voice. What is it? Are you hurt? No, just something's weird. Fight the sluggishness and push forward into the trees, where you find Bastine and most of the pack. He turns to face you, voice slurred. Celine, Morgan. There's a fire burning in a clearing, strange sweet-smelling smoke drifting off of it, while those gathered drink some pungent brew from the clay cups. What is this? Are you drunk? You look around, realizing everyone around the fire is showing the same torpor as Bastine. Now isn't the time for drinking. It is our farewell to Naomi. We are saying her spirit to the afterlife. The drink opens our minds to the spirit world to escort her safely there. I'm sorry to interrupt, but something terrible has happened. Bastine cradles your face in his hands, looking you over for injuries. Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. It's Sayre. He's discovered the heart of the primal magic. He's trying to mine it. What? Tell us everything. As you explain, the others gather, drawn by the urgency in your voice. Slowly, you manage to break through their stupor and get them to understand what you and Morgan saw. That bastard, we will destroy him for this. As he stands, he sways, and you can feel the weakness in his muscles. I'm sorry, Celine. You and Morgan will have to lead this effort. There's no one else to. I'm in no shape. No shape to what? You turn to see Jan approaching the den, clearly not in the grip of the same intoxication as the rest of the pack. Jetta will forgive you for missing Naomi's ceremony, as you are now the only one fighters we can count on. Go with Morgan and Celine to the Sacred Cave. Sayre has destroy everything Sayre has done there. You can feel Bastine's mind slip a little as his words slur the end. You put a hand on his shoulder to steady him. We have kept the heart of the magic hidden for centuries. How did Sayre find it? Oh, let me go ask him. We can worry about that later. Right now we need to stop him. Pack members look glassily between you and as Jet points an accusatory finger at Morgan. No, she'll never stop working for him. This was her plan all along. That's not true. I haven't seen him since... How else could Sayre be here now? Morgan has betrayed us with Celine as her accomplice. Jet, quit wasting time. Leave the petty accusations for later, after we stop Sayre. Members of the back come to your side, turning angrily on Jet. Yeah, what are you doing to help, Jet? Quick to point the finger, slow to lend a hand. I am speaker of this pack now. It is my sacred duty to protect the primal magic. Naomi put her trust in Celine. We should honor that. You glare at Jet, feeling the tide of public opinion turning in your favor. Celine had nothing to do with this. She has warned us before it is too late. The crowd parts for Isabel, who is more clear-eyed than anyone but you and Morgan. You gulp, bracing for an insult, but instead she turns her sharp tongue on Jet. Jet, we have all had quite enough of your raving. Whoa. What did you just say to me? I said shut your mouth. Why Bastine continues to tolerate your disrespect I cannot fathom, but I will not. Wow, Isabel. Thank you. You are a member of this pack now. I am simply doing my duty. Jet is spitting with fury. You two-faced snake, how dare you! She picked a winning side. It's called being intelligent. Bastine steps between them, holding up his hands for silence. Isabel speaks the truth. This petty infighting must stop. No more excuses. For generations we've dealt with Sayre's family. We've made a pact with his great-grandfather that held for over 100 years. And yet the tide turns the moment Morgan weasels her way into the pack. Bastien struggles to maintain the thread of conversation, but his anger flares as he comes to your defense. That is enough. I will hear no more slander against Morgan or Celine. I swore to obey you, not this wolfkin or blind traitor. Is that a challenge? Oh no. Are you kidding? You are not in any shape to fight. If you follow their lead, then you are not fit to be alpha of this pack. Back off, Jet. This is not the time. Then you fear to face me. How many times does a man need to get his ass whooped to realize you are outclassed in every way? Bastien never takes his eyes from Jet, but you know he can feel the attention of the pack on him. That is a question that can only have one answer. No, but do not expect me to be merciful this time. By drawing Bastien closer, you whisper fiercely, This is a terrible idea. Look at you, you can barely keep your eyes open. Do not worry. Bastien kisses you, brushing his knuckles softly over your cheek, but you aren't reassured. You sense his fear. Now he struggles to stay present as his vision continues to blur. It is what I must do. Face hard and set, Bastien gives you one last glance before he and Jet start towards the fighting grounds. You watch helplessly as Layla comes up beside you. This is ridiculous. Jet's wasting our time. Why can't he get it through to his thick skull that he'll never be Bastien's equal? Or that right now they're currently going to the heart of the primal magic, but you know, by pack law, Bastien can't refuse a challenge for leadership. Stalling would only make him look weak. You don't think Jet stands a chance, do you? Bastien is in no shape to fight. And Jet knows it. Yeah, when they drink that stuff, usually they're out of commission for a night and a day. I hate to say it, but Bastien could lose. When you reach the fighting grounds, you're too nervous to stand still. The crowd is sparse, most of the pack is still incapacitated, but everyone there seems as worried as you. I don't like this. None of us do. Morgan takes your hand to reassure you, but that only brings her own anxiety sharply into focus. I guess men are men, whether they're humans or wolves, more concerned with proving they're top dog than with getting anything useful done. But what if he gets away with it? What happens to us then? No, those are children. There's a big difference. She squeezes your hand more tightly, forehead creased with worry. Through your bond, you sense how very out of it Bastien is. His normally sharp reflexes are slow, his thoughts muddled, and for a moment you see through his eyes. Your vision of the fighting ring glowing with a strange concoction he drank. Let us begin! Lightning fast, Jet strikes, delivering a punishing blow to Bastien's jaw. You feel the shocking pain of it echo in your bones. Come on, you can do this. There's a storm cloud in Bastien's head, lightning, thunder filling his hearing, obscuring his vision. Jet knocks him down again, sweeping his feet from underneath him. Instead of getting up, Bastien's eyes glaze over and he stalls. Naomi, Bastien, you can mourn later. You need to focus. Do you see Naomi's spirit, Bastien? Tell her you'll be joining her soon. How dare he? Jet slams a massive blow to Bastien's cheek. You wince as you feel the bone shatter. That sounded bad. This isn't fair. He can't survive this. He needs his fighting instincts, his primal instincts. You try to reach out through your bond. Shift. Go primal. You need all your power. Bastien focuses on your words, roars, bringing forth his primal form. Jet follows suit, matching him inch for inch. Had enough. Never. They trade blows, roaring and growling in a ferocious fight, but Bastien is clearly taking the brunt of it, and despite his rapid healing, his injuries are building up. He's fading. Duck. Jet ducks beneath a punch from Bastien and circles behind you. Or him. You see his legs bunch and crouch as he's about to pounce on Bastien's back. Leap out of the way. Get away. He's gonna pounce. Bastien throws himself to the side. Jet lands on empty dirt. But you hear a hiss of pain as Bastien lifts the ground hard. Stay on your feet. You urge him silently through your bond, but you can still feel his strength ebbing. He's exhausted, disoriented, and Jet keeps coming at him. Good try. You hear the murmur of the gathered pack members, sympathetic, hopeful, worried. But you cannot win! Beaten but not broken. Jet knocks Bastien down with a ferocious blow. Your vision goes white as Bastien falls to the ground. You sense his consciousness fading. Get up, please get up. Jet saunters over to Bastien, who is still dazed. Jet takes Bastien's face in his hands and slams his skull into his knee. What's happening? Jet just need Bastien in the skull. If he keeps that up, he's going to kill him. Bastien shudders, coming back to himself, but Jet is already on him, fangs buried into his shoulder. As Jet tears into him, Bastien slumps to the ground, the sharpness of his pain pulsing through you, and Layla puts her hand gently on your shoulder. It's over. No, it can't be. You feel his pain like your own, and it's even worse. Seeing him so beaten and bloodied. Bare your throat! You feel the awful dread fill Bastien's veins. His eyes find yours, and the world seems to slow. He would rather die than submit. Lean, forgive me. I am unworthy. He watches you for one final moment before turning to glare up at Jet with a snarl. Never! Jet roars, preparing to sink his teeth into Bastien's throat. I can't watch. No. I have to... Shoot, Jet. Throw myself in front of Bastien. Not intervene. This is very tough, but, yeah, I just get the sneaking feeling, so... Desperate. You pull your gun, aim at a Jet, firing off a wild shot. The tranquilizer dart strikes Jet torso. He stares dumbly at him a moment before slumping weakly to the ground. Sweet dreams, Jet. Celine, what? You run into the ring, Bastien coughs, spraying blood. As Jet glares at you, fighting the tranquilizer for a few precious minutes as he shifts back into a human. I claim victory. The pack is mine. No. You cheated, Jet. You challenged him when he was impaired. You never could have beaten him at full strength. Bastien growls, refusing to shed his primal form. Though he is still weak, bleeding, the pack's faces are a mixture of shock, anger, horror, most of it aimed at Jet. How dare he challenge the Alpha during a period of mourning? But it is pack law, Jet won. No, he didn't. It doesn't matter. It is a period of mourning, and he did not come to the mourning. If it is pack law that he is supposed to come to the mourning, he already broke pack law himself. Isabel steps into the ring, and it's the first time you've seen her look so shaken. The Jet duel was unfair, Jet. You should never have challenged him. Who's the stronger Alpha now, Isabel? Isabel's eyes go wide. She's actually speechless for a moment, but other voices quickly fill the silence. Without Bastien, what are we going to do about the sacred caves? What about Sayre? We can't face Sepp like this. The most important thing is to protect the primal magic. Isabel is right. The pack needs strong leadership to stand up to Sayre. Let's defend the sacred caves, and then we can resolve this. Ridiculous. Bastien lost. I'm Alpha. Your ego is tiny, little man, much like your pee-pee. As the rest of the pack moves closer, Jet notices their anger all around him. He turns back to you, Bastien and Morgan. Fine, Bastien. I will spare your life, but you are hereby exiled from pack lands. Jet circles, shouting to be heard of by the entire pack. Anyone who does not bare their throat now may join him in exile. Now is the time to weaken our numbers. Then tell them to do as I say so we remain strong. When the hell's the tranquilizer dart gonna work? Bastien finally shifts back to human. You, Morgan, help him to his feet. I accept exile. No! I must. Then the pack will lose me as well. Celine, think about this. There's nothing to think about. I will not bare my throat to Jet. Neither will I. No, if what you just said is true, we'll need every fighter we have. The pack is stronger without them. I will lead us to victory. Defy me again, Isabel, and you may join them. Isabel's eyes go wide. She looks like she's been slapped. She meets your gaze, regret in her eyes, and slowly backs away. Go ahead, get out of my sight. Before I change my mind. You should have shot him with a silver bullet between the eyes. Come on. You and Morgan hurry Bastien away from the fighting grounds and into the forest as one by one the pack members bare their throats to Jed. You pause only a moment at the tree line, looking sadly back and meeting Layla's eyes. Yeah, you're sorry. So am I. You're all gonna lose and die. You and Morgan help Bastien as he limps into the forest. His injuries and disorientation make it slow going. Faster. We've got to get him to the healing pool. Oh, that will do nothing for me now. Why not? The pool draws its energy from every member of the pack, borrowing their strength to heal an individual's injuries. I am an exile. I can no longer call upon the pack. So this was meant to be a death sentence. I will heal, it will just take time. But you need help now. The cloud passes overhead, and you try not to think of it as a shadow of premonition. Well, there's like, 7 people in the pack, and we're 3 of them? Wait a second, if the pole lets you borrow strength of other werewolves to heal, why can't you use us? What? Oh, duh! Me and Celine, use our strength. I'm your sister. There may be some kind of link between us. And she's your mate, right? Could that help? It might. If we recognize each other as a pack of our own. Use your mystic bond to heal Bastien's injury and ensure to prepare. Yeah. Offer Bastien your strength. Got it. We are a pack. Whatever happens to us. A pack of 3, what even is that? Listen, soon enough we'll all bear children. Shut up. I don't know what to tell you. It's a family. You're bound by blood, and I'm part of you both. We don't need anyone else. Indeed. Bastien's voice is weak, and you quickly turn your attention back to him. We need to do something about these injuries. Try to draw on me, Bastien, through our bond. He slumps to the forest floor, his back against a tree as you kneel and lay your hands on his wounded shoulder. The words of the chant that Naomi taught you whisper from your lips like an animal escaping. The primal magic flows through you with more ease and confidence than ever before. I actually have control over it. I should ask Morgan to help. Reach out for Morgan's hand. It isn't enough. Help me, please. Your skin heats as you remember Bastien taking you to in love and fury, and you hurry to shove the images away before Morgan can pull them from your mind. She takes a deep breath and lays her hand over yours. Listen, we all took one another, okay? I'm here for you too, Bastien. Her energy doubles your own, and you act as a conduit, channeling your strength and power directly into Bastien. There is so much power within you both. You can feel Bastien's pain slowly ebb as the power flows out of you. Beneath your hand, the blood clots, the edges of the wound draw together. The skin ripples with scar tissue, rougher than the healing pool would leave, but a hole, and Bastien's breath eases beneath your hand. Celine, you did it. We did it. You stand and suddenly sway on your feet, a wave of dizziness washing over you as you realize how much the healing drained you. Over the love of Christ, sit back down. You sit back down heavily. I think I may need a minute, maybe a burger. But what do we do now? First, we have to save the primal magic. Without it, there will never be a pack for us to return to. Aren't you exiled? How do you return? Questions. No answers. The 3 of you sneak through the forest, hiding behind the trees to peer out at the machinery parked near the entrance of the cave. I don't hear anything. Bastien looks troubled as he sniffs the air. Something smells off, but I can't tell what it is. Human scent does not belong in this place. Right, them in the cave. Suddenly you catch a glimpse of movement out of the corner of your eye. Armed men pour out of the cave, heading right for you. Get him! How the hell did you even know we were here? We're hiding in the wilderness. It's a trap. Someone comes crashing out of the woods towards you, and you whirl in fear only spot Hugo charging at the Sept guards. Hey, what's up, big guy? Get away from him! Hugo, what are you doing here? A boom shakes the trees as Hugo fires at the tires of a truck collapsing in. Saving your ass, obviously. You gotta get out of here quick. Sayre's not looking to kill. What do you mean? What's Sayre planning? We don't have time. Come on. Morgan grabs your hand and you run together to the tree line, bullets whizzing past you. Behind you, Bastien shifts with a howl. Go. As you watch trucks all over the site open up, spilling soldiers everywhere. Renewed by your healing, Bastien leaps into the battle, slashing shoulders after soldier, bloody shreds. Leave now. But no matter how many fall, more continue to come, surrounding him. They knew we'd be here. We'll never make it. We have to make a stand. You turn around to meet your enemies head on. Get away from me. You channel the primal magic effortlessly, and a wave of men stumble backwards at the ferocious sight of you coming at them. You explode into a wolf form mid-stride, baring your teeth as you pick your first target and tear into him. For a few moments, it actually seems like you have a chance as you and Bastien rip through the waves of soldiers, while Morgan takes out those that stray too far from the group. But, even with your superior strength and speed, you're losing ground. We're outnumbered. You snap at a soldier, but they continue to back you in, encircling you along with Bastien and Morgan. Trapped, you feel your wolf strength leaving as you shrink back to human form. Bastien suddenly surges forward his inhuman strength and grace, making it look like a deadly dance as he tears through soldiers, leaving them bleeding in his wake. A trank dart hits him, lodging in his thick fur, but Bastien doesn't even flinch as he tears both gun and arm from the man who shot him. You cannot win! Hugo shoots the latch on the back of the truck, sending massive barrels tumbling out. They knock a few soldiers to the ground and slow the rest. Come on, guys, this isn't right. The soldiers turn on him, opening fire. He barely has time to find cover behind a tree. Hugo! Get out of here. You want to fight someone, fight me! Hugo shoots into one of the trees, hailing debris onto the soldiers before he takes off away from you, leading a group after him. But there are still plenty around you. I think this was the last of our backup. As Sergei approaches the front of the line, soldiers load tranks into their guns. You act as Morgan's eyes, telling her what's happening. They're using trank guns, like the darts you used to take down Jet and Isabel. They are strong, but if they hit us, we're going down. Stop wasting time and shoot them already! Do not give up! We should surrender, find somewhere to hide, take them all out with us. If we die, let's make sure it costs them. No, Celine, don't sacrifice yourself for nothing! I'm sacrificing myself for the Earth. Shut up. As Morgan races her gun, it clicks empty. Bastien roars, knocking back two soldiers, but you can tell he's tiring. Warn the pack! You leap in a wolf form, pushing through the barricade of bodies, knocking down any who stand in your way. But there are too many. More bodies replace the ones you've felled. Suddenly a dart punctures your hide with a sharp spike of pain. Icy dread fills your veins as your muscles weaken and fail. Your back leg stumbles and collapses beneath you, and your wolf form fades away, leaving you human again. To your left, you see Hugo go down, shot in the shoulder by a trank dart. As if in slow motion, you watch him drop to the ground unconscious, only to be dragged away by soldiers. Bastien catches you as you fall, limp in his massive arms. Even in his primal fury, you see the worry in his eyes. Celine. But then you're torn roughly from his arms by one of the soldiers. Bastien roars and makes another grab for you, but trank darts hit him from every angle. Oh! Bastien. Your words slur as you reach out weakly. At least bear together. Your thoughts go murky. Slow. Dimly, you make out a shape between the trees. Unmarked van, but where are they taking us? To get some candy. Then you fall into darkness. Like, this is a dumb question. As you come to, bright lights swirl in your vision, sparking pain behind your eyes. It takes a few minutes for you to orient yourself enough to sit up. You blink until your vision slowly focuses all around you. Cadaver-like people lie unconscious in hospital beds, hooked up to machines. You go to rub your eyes, only to find yourself strapped down to a gurney like the others, unable to move. But it's clear this isn't a hospital, it's some kind of laboratory, and you're trapped. Where am I? What's happening? You can feel Bastien and Morgan through your bond, and know they're close, but you can't see either of them. Why did they take us here? It means nothing good. This must be the lab we saw in the forest, the secret one. We have been here for some time. My wounds from the last fight have nearly healed. We were worried about you. We came out of it much faster than you did. What about Hugo? I saw him get shot. You look around and finally spot Hugo in a bed at the far end of the room. He hasn't made a sound. I think he's still unconscious. Whatever they shot us with, it was poisoning my connection to the primal magic. I cannot shift. What is this place? It smells like decay. This is what happened to the werewolves you captured. Sayre trapped them there. Here, shrivels, weak, kept alive by machines. While Bastien's gaze shuddering at the sight of the emaciated figure lying sedated on the other beds. But why? He said we were gonna help them. Save them. In the cages across from you, other shriveled figures lie in what looks like a drugged stupor, obvious victims of torture, starvation, or both. Bastien growls, his eyes narrow to Morgan. You should have known. Really, dude? Really? Many people lie to their families and keep secret ulterior motives or like literal other lives. You look at the frail forms of the former werewolves, it's hard to know how to think of them. How hooked up to tubes and machines that breathe for them. You starved them, tortured them, left them as a mockery of their former selves. But why? What can he possibly gain from that? Sayre... He must have some plan for them. Look at the emaciated werewolves, the tubes, the machines. Struggle to put it together. There's something he's trying to do. Something he's trying to take from them. He's too cold to do this just for jollies. There's gotta be something in it for him. But what? The Sayre I know doesn't do anything if there's no profit in it. What does he get out of this? I don't know. Why don't we ask him? But as you struggle against the leather straps holding you to your bed, a hidden door suddenly swings open. Ah, look, we're gonna get answers now. Now you can all shut up now. Well, look who's here. What is this mad scientist crap you've pulled in here? Sayre looks her over coolly, then turns to you with an eyebrow raised. Celine Rousset, you're quite an enigma, you know. It's been difficult trying to figure you out. I'll show you difficult. I have many questions. Were you a lost werewolf coming home, or another human meant to add more pups to the pack? I'm... something you've never seen before. Gives a cold smile that never quite reaches his eyes. Indeed, I look forward to seeing what scientists might learn from you. You shudder, struggling harder against the unyielding grip of the restraint. You cannot destroy Sayre. The pack will outlive you. The Nightivosary drove most of your kind to extinction back when swords and plate mail were the height of technology. The pack doesn't need technology, they have magic. Oh boy! You're all in cages. Where's magic got you? But if Morgan was expecting to shock Sayre with that revelation, it falls flat. He shrugs, examining the nails on one hand. Yes, you people do have a fascinating way of drawing power from the earth. It took me a long time to figure out how to utilize it for myself. So that's what your new mining equipment is for? How can you mine magic? The primal magic isn't a lump of coal. Energy is energy. It's my job to sell that energy in the form people can use. Your eyes fall on the captured werewolves lying, wan and drained in their cages. That's what you captured the werewolves for. You're harnessing their magic, draining it away. No, you said you were gonna cure them. You lied to me your entire life. Well, of course, I couldn't be entirely sure you were a werewolf. Blood wouldn't win out in the end. So, that is why you sought out the heart of the primal magic. He wants it all for himself. It doesn't have to be this way. The pack used to have an agreement with your great-grandfather. They were able to live in peace. Until he broke that agreement. Sayre runs a hand over Bastien's face, looking almost hungry as he touches him. Bastien bares his teeth, trying to bite, but Sayre slaps him lightly. Yes, my great-grandfather. Is that a story they're telling? A strange sense of dread comes over you. As you look from the drained werewolves to Sayre's ruddy complexion, he looks healthier than the last time you saw him, and younger even. That's because it's him. Wait. It wasn't your great-grandfather, was it? The realization creeps into your awareness, as a slow and insidious as Sayre himself. The primal magic is all about the renewal in life. It heals our injuries, brings us back from the brink of death, lets the earth regrow. Bastien and Morgan look you blankly, not understanding. If it can do that for us, how do you think he's using it? He's draining the magic, concentrating it into the fountain of youth. Morgan's jaw drops as she realizes what you're about to say. The company wasn't started by his great-grandfather, it's been him all along. He's sucking the magic out of these worlds and using it so he can live forever. He looks almost impressed. The pack has supplied me with more than enough energy over the years, but now it's time to go even bigger. You have been stealing our lives to add your own for over 100 years. You've never felt anger like this from Bastien. A white-hot, murderous rage. He struggles against his restraints and managed to rip one off the gurney. Guards! Two armed men rush in, and they struggle to pin Bastien back to his bed. You feel Morgan's voice rise in your mind, speaking through your bond. You'll never trust Bastien, and it doesn't seem like he has anything to say to me, but maybe he'll talk to you. You mean go along with him, convince him I sympathize with his goals? Right, if he thinks you're willing to work with him, maybe he'll tell you something that will help us. Play his ego. Play along with the evil man. Alright, let's go. Because every evil man loves to tell their secret plans. You school your expression to show Sayre only astonishment, not loathing. So you've been alive for more than 100 years? 163, but who's counting? He's almost like Dracula. All from just werewolves you've hunted? You know you have to be careful. Bring him around slowly. If you overplay your hand, if you move too quickly from anger to praise, you'll give the whole game away. You don't dare look at Bastien as he struggles, the guards pinning down his arm and injecting him with some new sedative. Get away. Out of the corner of your eye, you see him slump back, his eyes barely open. You force yourself to keep your attention on Sayre, grudging admiration in your voice. Could you replace fossil fuels? If you presented an inexhaustible source of clean energy, you'd be a hero to the entire planet. Quite intriguing. You can see that his defenses are relaxing under your compliments. How did you even discover the primal magic could extend your life? Celine, what are you? Shut up, Bastien. Morgan, quickly, talk to him to the goddamn bond or whatever. Bastien's voice fades away as the sedative takes hold. Morgan clears her throat, drawing Sayre's attention. Seriously, Dad, what have you accomplished here? I wish you told me from the start. If I knew what you were trying for, maybe I wouldn't have felt like something in my life was missing. She lowers her voice, leaning in conspiratively. And honestly, I've been second-guessing my choice of friends lately. It didn't seem to be your opinion earlier. His eyes narrow skeptically, and it's clear he doesn't buy it. Morgan is not exactly werewolf material. I mean, they barely tolerate her. They treat her almost as badly as they treat me, especially since she can't even shift. Morgan flinches. Curious. And what about you, Selena? I must admit I was curious. Your role in this. What is your relationship with the pack? I was kidnapped. They dragged me out of a bar and have been keeping me at their den as one of their mates. So gross. Sayre looks you over with a cool, calculating gaze for a long moment, and you try to project what you want him to see behind your eyes. Anger, suspicion, curiosity, temptation. Perhaps we should talk somewhere more congenial. He jerks a chin at the guards and releases your restraints and lets you sit up from your gurney. Rubbing your wrists, you follow him out of the lab, trying not to look back at Morgan and Bastien as you go. Yay, we're free. Sayre leads you into his plush office. Settles into the chair behind his desk, watching you appraisingly. So you've been spending a lot of time with the pack. Would you say that they trust you? I've worked hard to earn their trust. They see me as one of their own. Good. If I were to do you a favor, would that put you in my debt, yes? I'm not much in the position to negotiate. Good, then we understand each other. You rub the chafe marks on your wrists as he stands and walks to the glass wall, looking out at the underground compound as he continues to address you. As I said, I am close to discovering a new way to collect their natural energy source. I plan to be the first to introduce it to the market. The profit potential is astronomical. Are you sure you can do it? You have to feed into his ego. I've spent years, lifetimes, discovering and refining my process. Trust me when I say that it will work. While he turned away, you scan his desk quickly, catching a glimpse of an intriguing paper. After further testing, it is apparent that Mr. Sayre has been affected by his exposure to the energy source. I need to keep him talking so I can read those results. Mr. Sayre. What's that over there? It's too bad no one will ever know it's you. What do you mean? Well, you can't just tell everyone you're over 100 years old, right? They'll either call you crazy or a liar. It's better that way. They just want my secrets for themselves. You quickly read as much as you can see on the paper on his desk. Due to Mr. Sayre's frequent exposure to the energy source, his body regenerates at a high rate. Injuries heal supernaturally fast, but as a result, he now appears to be vulnerable to silver, the same as our other specimens. A knock, suddenly, at the door makes you jump back from the desk. What is it? So, they need you at the lab. Apparently your daughter... The doctor quickly clears his throat. Apparently one of the new specimens is causing trouble. The glance at you, Sayre steps into the hallway and shuts the door. You can still hear him talking to the doctor in low tones. Knowing your time is limited, you frantically start searching the room. He's got to have a weapon or something silver around here somewhere. I should look at the bookcase in his desk and the trash can in the desk. You hurry around his desk, start pulling out drawers when something shiny catches your light. Look what Sayre has, a gun. You have the hidden revolver, checking the chamber to find 6 silver bullets. That should be more than enough. As the door opens, you slip the gun under your shirt. When Sayre enters again, he's surrounded by guards. Come. Your friends are causing trouble. A guard steps on either side of you. Sayre watches for your reaction. Good. Let's go teach him a lesson. Sayre's eyes narrow as he tries to decide whether to take you at your word. You carefully keep the loathing on your face while hoping he doesn't realize it's aimed at him. Finally, he turns to the guards. Keep an eye on that. You follow him obediently back to the lab, where Morgan is red-faced and shouting, ripping her arm from the restraints. I wish I'd died in that forest rather than ever think a monster like you was my father. He waves the guards away. As they leave, he peers at her more closely, like a scientist studying an intriguing specimen. Morgan, my dear, you were my special project. When I found you as an infant alone in the woods, I could not believe my good fortune. Is this all I was to you, a tool? You were a werewolf I raised to be compliant. A beast who wouldn't resist a run fighting me. That made you a much better source of energy. Morgan, he's been draining you your whole life. That's why you've never been able to shift. You sense it through your bond a moment before you see it. A searing flare of primal magic roaring to life inside of her. Before your eyes, Morgan shifts, restraints popping, snapping as her new limbs swell too large for them to keep them down. Hey, she's a wolf now, yay! I will kill you. Morgan, you did it. A true wolf, after all. Ah! Morgan rapes free of her restraints, her eyes full of bloodlust. 2 guards step into between her and Sayre, but she smashes them aside with her massive paws, furious and intent. Sayre runs to the door, but it's locked behind him. He pounds, shouting for backup. Guards! I need a full unit in the lab. We have a total reverse in the event. As Morgan pursues him, the white, hot surge of primal magic emanating from her overflows into your bond. What is this? Celine. You look down at your hands, feeling power thrumming inside you like you've never felt before. Call on it to regain your primal form. You open yourself to the well of primal energy flooding your body. Long claws suddenly sprout from your fingernails. Oh. Then your voice changes. growling deep inside your chest. Sharp teeth fill your mouth as you grow taller and taller until you tower over Sayre, the fur on top of your head brushing the ceiling. You choose your primal form. So you're telling me I could go from a white or a black wolf to a white primal form? Isn't that a bit silly? Shouldn't it, like, you know? I mean, I like the blue eyes, I really do, but I'm gonna stick with the black. Me. You acquired your primal form. Let's go. Animal instincts rise to the front of your mind. Bloodlust, violence, the urge to defend those you care for. You throw back your shaggy head and let loose a terrible roar announcing your newfound power in the world. Your long black claws click on the lab floor as you advance on Sayre. The hateful fear in his eyes is delicious. No. Also, what happened to the gun? We'll never take our birthright. The power pounds through you and Morgan across your bond in your blood. Saliva drips from your jaws. You lock eyes on your target, and then together you attack. Then what was the point of getting the gun? Also, where'd the gun go? Time to face your final enemy. Your lives. The lives of all you hold dear hang in the balance. Can you prevail? I guess we'll find out next time, and by that, I mean next week. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like and share the video. Share the channel. I put in a lot of work. I mean, literally, up until just a couple days ago, there was only me who voiced this content on this platform. And now, if you go to my channel, Mookie Nevermore is basically doing some choices. She's slowly getting there. You know, she's testing the water. So go ahead and show her some support. She reads the books and whatnot. She's a part of this community, been here for a while now. And I'd like to try and motivate her you know, get her some views, maybe even get her to being a YouTube partner. So please consider checking out her content. May even drop a comment down in the, you know, link down below, or may I say comment pinned. You know, go show her some love. You know, subscribe to her channel, like her video. She did Freshman book 1, so she's starting out just like the rest of us, and you know, trying to motivate her, trying to get her out there. So you know, that's what I've been doing for all these years, and you know, I'm happy to have helped some of the choices creators on this platform. There's only one creator that does choices that I have no tolerance for whatsoever, because they decided to side with someone who caused harm, hurt, and whatnot to this channel. Otherwise, all the other choices content creators are okay in my book, and you know, they're just doing their job, you know. But without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please support the channel. You can do that by hitting the bell notification icon to receive notifications if you're subscribed. Make sure to subscribe, and there's a few links down in the description below to support the channel. And thanks for watching. Much love and appreciation. Wake the Dead will be up next, as well as some brand new content hitting the channel, and as well as I'll be streaming later today on Twitch. Peace out.